Hey guys, welcome back. So in this lecture we're going to have a look at the basics in strings. Alright, so what are strings? Firstly, strings are basically declared in Python, as you saw, with either a single quotation mark or a double quotation mark. Like this over here is a string. This can be declared with double quotes or single quotes. Alright, and if I try to print this, again the values show up as oranges itself. So if you don't believe me, let me just shut this and do it again, and there you go, oranges. Alright, so this was how you create a string. Now you can assign a string to a variable, which we saw over here, right? And you can also assign multi-line strings. So when I say multi-line strings, I can say x is equal to, and we saw the command for multi-line, which is this, right? Oranges are orange in color, and double inverted commas, but 3 of them. Alright, so this is basically a multi-line string. So when you print this, Control Shift F10, as you can see, the same way you've written it down here, it appears over here. So this was a multi-line string. All you got to do is use 3 double quotes or 3 single quotes. Okay, so that will also work for you. Doesn't have to be double quotes only, can be single quotes as well. Right, so printing this will also give you the same result. Okay, so one thing I want to let you know is that a string in Python is basically an array. So when I say that, if I write hello world, alright, so when I write this entire thing is actually an array in Python, right? So many other, like every other popular programming language, strings in Python are arrays that represent a Unicode character. So Python does not really have a character data type, and a single character is simply a string with a length of 1. Alright, so you can access any character inside this, or you can access any element inside this string by using square brackets. So if I try to print the position, now for example, in this case h is the 0th position, e is the first, then this is l is second, third, fourth, comma is fifth, space is 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th. Okay, so if you want to print hello's h, so if I write print x with the square bracket and 0 and I run this, as you can see, h got printed. Let's just remove this out, it's quite disturbing up there. If I change this value to 10 and print, L got printed. Alright, so that's the L from here. Okay, so this is how you work with a certain string and you access a certain string inside it. Similarly, you can also loop through a string. You'll be seeing looping later on, but just try to understand what I mean to say. Or let's say for a in x, which is our hello world, print a. So as you can see over here, now I'll remove this and let's do it again. Right? Look what happens down here when I hit Control Shift F10. So as you can see, it looped through the entire hello, comma, space and then the world by doing this. Alright, so this is how you can loop through a string. So like we talked about it, string is basically an array, and if it is an array, we can loop through each character by using a for loop. Similarly, you can also check the length of a string. So to check the length of a string, all you got to do is print len, which is the length function, and state the length of which string you want to check. So once I print this, as you can see, the length of our string is 13. So each character would represent one certain element. So like that we have 13 as a length of our string. You can also check for a certain value inside a string, and to do that all you got to do is print, right, and use the in function. So now we know that in the word hello world, let's add something else, hello from the world. Alright, so if you want to check if a certain text is present inside X, like if I want to check if the is present inside this, so I'll write the in X. So when I write this and I run it, as you can see, it's giving me a boolean value. When I say boolean, that means either true or false, 1 or 0. Alright, so here saying true, that means it's true that the word the is present in X. So if you try another word like and print this, it's saying false. Okay, so that's how you can check if something is there in a string or not. You can also use the if function, but I don't want to go into if, else and all of that because you'll get confused if you've not been introduced to them earlier. Alright, so that comes in strings. Similarly, you can also slice a string. So when I say slice a string, you can take a certain part of the string and print only that. So when in this function print, if I use X, you saw how we could get a certain value, right? So when we wrote 0, we got the value H. So similarly, if I wanted everything to print the characters from position 2 to 5, I just have to write that I wanted to print from 2, and then I have to use this, which is the column, and 5, and then I hit Ctrl Shift F10, LLO got printed. So 0 was H, 1 is E, 2 is L, 3, 4 and 5. So these got printed. Alright, this is slicing basically, and this is how you can print a certain value. So if you want everything to get printed until the 5th part from the start, you just have to leave this blank like this. That's it, and print, and there you go, it printed hello. Alright, so similarly you can do this till the end as well. So if I delete this and I say I want everything to get printed from the second to the end, so for the end I'll just leave this blank, F10 or Ctrl Shift F10, and there you go. Everything from the second position got printed till the end. Similarly, you have negative indexing. So if you want to get the characters from O over here inside world, which is the negative 5th position. So this is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Now from here, you wanted to print till D. Alright, and D is what? The -2 position. Alright, then what you can do, you can write -5 to -2. So what this will do is it will print from the -5th position, which is again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is O, and it will print till the -2nd position. So 1, 2. It won't print the second one, but until then. So it will print the -5th to -2nd, which is ORL. So let's try this out. There you go. It's printing ORL for us. Alright. Similarly, you can modify a string as well. So to modify a string, very simple. All you got to do is print and X dot upper. So what this will do is change it to uppercases. As you can see, everything is in uppercases. Similarly, as you guessed it, it's lower, and print, everything is in lower cases. Then you can also remove white spaces. So when I say remove white spaces, let's see what it will do. So currently we have hello world with this space in between, but let's add some white space over here. In this, if I write strip, what it will do is it will strip this entire string from these blank spaces or these white spaces. So print, there you go. It's only going to return to you hello world. So if you see, when I selected the entire thing, no spaces got selected. If I remove the strip command and I print this, see how much you're getting over here. So this white space got removed when I use the strip command, right? Again, there you go. Got it? Now moving on, you can also replace a certain string. So again, it will be X, which is the variable in which the string is stored, full stop or dot replace. And what do you want to replace? So suppose I want to replace the H in a string, capital H in a string with Y. Alright, so we basically want yellow world. Alright, so if I print this, there you go. It's yellow with the wrong spelling world. So that's how you can replace a string. Similarly, you can also split a string, and you can do many things actually. But when I say split a string, you can split a string by using a certain character. So I can split this, and what it will use to split, you have to give. So suppose I wanted to split it by using commas. So there's one comma over here, and wherever there's a comma, it will split the word. So look at the result now. F10. There you go. So hello became one word, and then the space bar along with world became another side. Got it? So that is how you split. And finally, the last part of this is concatenation between strings. So in order to concatenate a string, all you got to do is first we declare a string, and let's declare world in the next one, and all I got to do is print A plus B. There you go. You're seeing it as hello world. Now if I wanted a space in between, all I got to do is with a space and a plus, and now when I print this, you have the space in here. Alright, so this was everything. That was the basic of strings. Alright, so there are a lot of things inside strings. What I would recommend is that you guys Google and study two things inside strings, which is the string methods. Many more. So there's capitalized case, fold, center, count, encode, and so on. So there are a lot of them actually. I can't really say all of them in just one lecture. So I want you to study string methods. So Google string methods, and the next thing I want you to Google is escape characters. So see you in the next lecture, and in the next lecture we're going to be covering the conditional statements. So if, else, and so on. Alright, so see you there. Thank you.